Hey, happy Thursday, everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. I'm actually recording this on Wednesday night because I'm going to sit down in the basement and listen to some new tunes. So, this video really is to tell you about the great night I had in Rochester, New York. The record shopping I did. Rochester is a frickin' cool place for record stores, let me tell you. So we are going to chat about that, chat about the concert, just whatever. So anyway, got to Rochester and a complaint. Got to Rochester yesterday morning very early. We left about 6 a.m. from Whitby, Ontario, a little east of Toronto. And there was no traffic. I was expecting it to be a rough ride in, and we made it there like by 10. And what are you going to do? Like 10 o'clock, we're kind of, I've been up since 5. I wouldn't mind an hour just to rest, go to the hotel and just say, by any chance, do you have a room ready? Check us in. They go, yeah, we got a room ready. But it'll cost you $28 for an early check-in. The room's already frickin' ready. Like, you didn't have to send a maid up to make up a room for me. It's just ready. It's there. Like, what the So I sent Quality Inn, Choice Hotels, I think it's under the banner. Kind of a bit of a nasty message today to customer service saying, I think you ripped me off for $28 US, which worked out to $44 Canadian on my credit card. Not happy. Anyway, other than that, the hotel was fine. Service was great. People who worked there were nice. Perfect. About 10-minute drive from the venue. So everything worked out, and about within 10-15 minutes of every record store in town. It was great. Went to 4 different record stores. The Record Archive, House of Guitars, a place called the CD Exchange, and what was the other one? Oh, shit. I can't think of the other store. My apologies. It might come to me as we're doing this. Anyway, we shopped all frickin' day. We got in our rooms. We just kind of dumped everything off, and then we're kind of looking, well, let's go shopping. So, first place we went was House of Guitars. Have anybody ever been there? Let me take you back to the 70s. Before cable TV, when you lived in Toronto, you used to get 5 channels on your TV set. And 3 of them were Buffalo channels, ABC, NBC, and CBS. And the local affiliates used to show commercials from this at late at night from this place in Rochester called House of Guitars. And I think you can go on YouTube and Google House of Guitar commercials, they told me yesterday, and still see those old crazy commercials. It was like a commercial on acid. They were crazy commercials, crazy. And anyway, when I was in the store yesterday, I mentioned to them, they said, oh, well, I said, my first time here. And they said, anything we can help you with? I said, no, I do have a comment. And I told them about watching those videos years ago, and they thought that was cool. Anyway, so you go into House of Guitars, and it's all musical instruments. There's a big inventory. This place is pretty sizable. And then I said, well, I heard you sell records. Yeah, go up these stairs, go over to the door, go in the door, and go through the hallway and down the stairs. So I'm thinking, well, this is weird. So you're going through. It's like, and you're in an old frickin' place. You walk in, you open the door, and you just go, holy fuck. It's the size of a frickin' grocery store in there, full of records and CDs and T-shirts and fricking unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. Oh. Anyway, the problem was it was so massive, and there was records sitting on top of CD racks, and they just had so much shit coming and going. They couldn't get it all organized, I'm sure. There's a guy down there, runs it. He knows where everything is. So really what I did is just go, have you got this, and this? Because I just couldn't do it. So anyway, what did I pick up from there? I had a few things in my hand, but I decided just to go with 2 titles. I'm really getting into Gentle Giant, and I'm looking for the Steven Wilson remixes, the new reissues or recent reissues. And I got Gentle Giant Interview and Gentle Giant The Missing Piece. So I'm going to give those a listen tonight. I have never heard these albums. Then we went to another store. And I can't remember what the frickin' place was called now. Record Archive I think we went through second, and they had a great selection of CDs and records. Just an outstanding store. Really cool. Loved it. Big shout out to the Record Archive. I found some great CDs for $5. Anybody into Spooky Tooth? Like, those first couple of albums were so good, and I don't have either of them on vinyl or CD. I never see them on CD. I don't even know if they're available. But I found the best of Spooky Tooth for $5, and I thought, I gotta get this. So, they do a version of Tobacco Road. They do a killer cover of I Am the Walrus, if you've never heard it. Now, that pretty much the early years take up the first 9 songs on this album. And then the band kind of lost their way, became kind of a pop rock band. And the last 4 songs on this, 10, 11, 12, and 13, well, I didn't even listen to 13. I took it off. It's a cover of The Weight, so I'm not sure. But you can tell that it's very commercial and changed their sound a lot, where they were kind of like, I would put them in the same vein as Deep Purple, Uriah Heep, those kind of bands. Gary Wright was in that band. Anyway, best of Spooky Tooth. Fantastic stuff. I played it for my nephew Jack, who I went with, and he in the car, and he loved it. Jorma Kaukonen from Jefferson Airplane put out one of the best acoustic guitar albums ever, called Qua. I have it on vinyl. I have never seen it on CD. Not that I've looked for it, so I'm not sure if it's hard to find. Maybe it's for sale on Amazon. I don't know, but I have never seen it, ever. And they had it. $5. Frickin' solid gold, man. Oh, and what else did I get there? Big fan of the band Green Sky Bluegrass. They're a jam band. Bluegrass instruments. They do a lot of weird stuff, and really talented guys. Anyway, they just put out a new album called XXV, because it's their 25th anniversary together. It's hard to believe. And this album, I got it. Now, paid $12.99 for it. Amazon.ca wants $27 for the same frickin' thing. Now, what they've done is they've had guest artists performing the songs with them, and some really cool artists. First song has Sam Bush on it, and they do Can't Stop Now. If you know, that's a great Newgrass Revival song. Who else is on here? Where does it tell me? Man. Anyway, I think Molly Tuttle's on here. There's one of the songs that's on, there's just not even a track list on here, is there? There we go. A song called What You Need off one of their more recent albums. And they have a horn player and a sax player or something playing with. It's unbelievable how good that they sound together. It was freaking awesome. And there's a song called Last Winter in Copper Country, featuring Holly Bowling, that is absolutely brilliant. Really, really fine album. Give this a listen. XXV. Green Sky Bluegrass. I think that's everything I got from there. So, went to a store. The last store we went to, called the CD Exchange. Guy sells a bit of audio equipment, lots of CDs, and I went through the newest arrivals, and I was blown away. I found 10 titles that were just going, oh my Lord, and they were all like $4.99, $5.99, and I walked up to the front, and I'm like this. Here's a couple of them that I got. Warren Hayes, live, double record, or double CD. Warren Hayes Band, live at the Moody Theater. I've listened to disc 1, and it's outstanding. I paid $10 for that double CD. Sonny Landreth live, one of the great guitar players, man. Slide guitar, freaking awesome. So if you've never listened to Sonny Landreth, you should give him a call. Live Sonny Landreth, $5. I had a John Scofield album that I really wanted. I had a couple others. I can't even think of what they were. And I found a bunch for my nephew Jack that he didn't have. That there was some great stuff. And I said, "You interested in this?" And he lapped it all up. So I go to the front with a bunch of CDs, and I walk to the front of the store. And what's sitting on the counter? See this, Grateful Dead. So Many Roads, 1965, 1995. Sitting on the counter like that with a price tag of $24.95 on it. 5 CD set. I opened it up and looked at it, and I took back a whole bunch of CDs and left them behind because I wanted this. So $25. I'm just thrilled to have this. This is live performances between 1965 and 1995. And what's cool about this, came out in 1999, I think. What's cool about this, it has recordings from 1965 when they were the Warlocks. And it also contains last songs they were working on in 1995. If they would have put out another album after Built to Last, those tracks would have been on here. I haven't listened to any of that stuff yet, but this gets rave reviews. I'm just so excited to have that. So then there was a box up top that had more CDs in it. I pull it up and I start finding shit. I found, I'm a huge Widespread Panic fan. I found this, Widespread Panic. 9/12/2015, Lock-In Music Festival, Arlington, Virginia. Man, I can't believe it. This is with Jimmy Herring on guitar. Fantastic stuff. I listened to disc 1. It just killed. Disc 2, they do a cover of it, And It Stoned Me. The Van Morrison track. They do You Can't Always Get What You Want. And they do, I don't know how this is going to be. The last song they do is I Can See Clearly Now. That's going to be interesting. But anyway, $11.99. I just flipped right out, man, when I saw that. If anybody knows anything about Grateful Dead live releases, there's Dave's Picks, Dick's Picks, and Road Trips. Now, they're all really pricey, especially the older ones. They can go up to $100 a set, even more. The Road Trip ones are particularly pricey, and I found this one for $10, double CD, and I went, why is this so cheap? Because the guy turned out to be a Deadhead. He had tons of Grateful Dead stuff. He said because this isn't the original packaging, that's the original cover from the CD. The CDs are both original. The booklet's original, but the back was somewhat of a photocopy or something, and it was just made to fit this. So it's not 100% original, so he didn't think he could sell it for much. But $10, 2 CDs, Road Trips, Volume 3, thrilled. He had so much Grateful Dead stuff. He brought it all down for me. Everything was so, I'm sure I could have dropped $2,000 there and came home with just an amazing collection. But, who's got that kind of cash? Not me. Anyway, so we go back to the room after all this, 3:30, something like that. 4:30, we head back down towards the venue, find a place to eat. We go to this place called the Dinosaur Barbecue, just up the street from the venue. My dog's bugging me here to get up on his chair. Hold on a second. There you go, buddy. Okay. Dinosaur Barbecue. We get there at 5 o'clock. The place is a freaking madhouse. I've never seen a restaurant so full. Couldn't get a table in time that we would have been able to go to the show that started at 8, and this is 5 o'clock. So they said the best thing to do is you go to the takeout counter, you order your food, they give it to you in a bag, and then we'll take you upstairs to this bar area and you can sit up there and eat. Okay, we do that. It takes us, I got half a rack of ribs, which were maybe the best ribs I've ever eaten. And 2 sides, I got coleslaw and I got some mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was homemade with real cheddar cheese. Oh my frickin' Lord, I could have eaten a gallon of it. Excellent. My nephew Jack had a brisket sandwich and fries and all this. Oh, just fantastic food. Incredible. They take us upstairs. There's hardly nowhere to sit. You got to kind of say, do you mind if I sit with you? Like, the place was just a madhouse. So anyway, we get to the concert. Doors open at 6:30. We're in there. I decide I'm not going to buy any merch because I spent a lot of money on records and shit. So we go to the concert. Billy Strings was freaking awesome. We had great seats. We were just to the left of the stage, in the stands, 8 rows up from ice level, and just kitty corner to the stage. The seats were just perfect. And Billy came on at 8. The sound system was freaking amazing. He rocked. He was fantastic all night long. He played his freaking guts out, man. Unbelievable show. I think this is my 5th Billy Strings concert and my absolute favorite one for the songs. They're still touring this album, Highway Prayer, which is just a great album. And they did how many songs off of that? 1, 2, 3. I think about 4 songs off this album. Anyway, they started. I'm not going to bore you with the whole set list, but just the highlights. The first song that came out, they did a new song. Must going to be on whatever the next album will come out. It's called Wargasm. It was really, really good. How many performers feel comfortable enough to come out with their audience and do a new song to open a show? You got to have a lot of faith, man. He did a cover song called Thunder, which I've heard him do before. It's a great song. It was written by Robert Hunter, who co-wrote the Grateful Dead songs with Jerry Garcia. Fantastic song. He did California Sober, which Billy co-wrote with Willie Nelson. Great song. At some point, the band left the stage, and Billy, failing the banjo player, plays 3-finger bluegrass style, and then Billy grabs a banjo and he plays it like a claw hammer style, and they went into the front of the stage and played these couple of cool songs. It was pretty good. And then the last of the first set, Billy grabs an acoustic guitar. The band leaves the stage, and he comes and sits down at the foot of the stage and plays all this wicked stuff, this flat picking stuff on the acoustic guitar. And then went into his talking blues song called Catch and Release. This might be the only part of the show where Billy, you kind of screwed up. I've seen him do this song before, and it goes over great in concert. But for some reason, he tried to speed it up, and it didn't work really fast. That was the only thing at 5 shows where I went, that might have been something he should work on. They took a break for half an hour probably, came back on. They did a cover of called Alberta, which was a Leadbelly song. They did a song off the new album called Gilda Lily, the latest album, which is not a fast song or anything. It's but really cool song. But he turned it into some really jammy thing that was really amazing. And they just rocked out the second set, came out for an encore, and did a kind of a gospel song called "We Shall Be Reunited." Beautiful song. Patty Griffin was the author of that song, I think, and closed it with a rousing bluegrass classic called "Roll On Buddy" that was penned by Bill Monroe, I believe. Great show. So at intermission, I decided, what do you mean I'm not going to buy any merch? Of course I'm going to buy merch. I went back to the merch counter, and I bought this long sleeve t-shirt, $40. I think that's fair, $40. I didn't get the hat. I got the hat at a show last year. And he was selling records and CDs at the show, something I've never seen him do at any other show before. And one album that I do not have on vinyl, I've got everything else, is Tinfoil and Turmoil. $40. I could not resist it. This album's from 2017 or 18. The song Turmoil and Tinfoil is one of his great live songs. There's the Inside Jacket. Some of his more popular songs are on this album, actually. On the Line, which he did last night. Meet Me at the Creek, great song. Living Like an Animal, which he did last night. Turmoil and Tinfoil, it's the first time out of 5 shows that he didn't do that song. Excellent song. Pyramid County's a song he does quite a bit. So the good thing about this is you could get it in black vinyl, or you could get it Here's the inner sleeve. Very cool. Seafoam, blue seafoam. I don't know if you can tell that kind of spit. See, you can. It's very cool. There's the label. So I'm pretty excited to have that. And 20 minutes, man. That's it. I'm good. I'm going to listen to some tunes, and I'm going to upload this on Thursday morning. So everyone have a great day on Thursday, and we will be back with another in my series on what's the greatest year in music after that. So take care.